Well, hi YouTubers, hi, I'm back with the 365 books, and I'm getting through this quickly. If you notice this, I've been wearing the same outfit for the last several of them, because I'm doing like 9 in one day. I've got one book left to do, my deadline is tomorrow. To actually read, sorry, it's like halfway through. So, 3 reviews, one after the other. Here we go. Andrew Vachss, Batman the Ultimate Evil. In the heart of Gotham's darkness glows the cold, garish neon of the sex industry. The feverish eyes of desperate drug addicts, the street lights creating shadows in which muggers patiently wait. This is where Batman's most personal and most savage battle begins, where he must confront a vortex of violence so profound that those who survive lose their souls. Here's the Night Rider must reach deep within himself to summon the superhuman strength he needs to fight the most vicious and remorseless enemies he's ever faced, those who traffic in the flesh of children. Sadly, it says night, N-I-G-H-T. It should have been K-N-I. It should have been night, as in dark night. That would have been a bit more better thing to put in the back. Okay, I couldn't help but just think that. Okay, this book is so good. Now, it was published in 1995, okay? And it's very, very interesting because, obviously, every single Batman, everyone, when they read a Batman, read a comic or read a book based on Batman, I have like a mental image of what Batman is, who Batman is. Maybe because the time it came out, which was 1995. I saw this Batman as Val Kilmer. This was Val Kilmer's Batman. Unlike the kind of like gothic touches of Tim Burton's or the cartoonish ones of the George Clooney era. Okay, well that one. This is dark. This is quite dark in places. I mean, Batman Forever was, yes, cartoonish, but at the same time, I didn't see Batman as cartoonish, just everything else was. But anyway, this is interesting because this is the first Batman novel I've read, which lacks Arkham, which lacks the Rose Gallery. There is no Joker, there is no Harley Quinn, there's no Catwoman. This is a story about exploitation of children, pedophilia, violence, rape. It is quite, I was saying this as reading a Batman novel, it's quite a dark novel. This book really holds no punches. Andrew Vachss, who is hailed by the Washington Post as Lord of the Asphalt Jungle, one of the most powerful crime novelists, plunges Batman into the match of the century against the ultimate evil and exposes the shocking revelations about the Knight Rider's own origins. Now, Knight Rider's own origins, that is basically Martha Wayne, who is pretty much very much underused in the Batman canon, if you will. She was working on a secret project trying to track down crime lords who deal with the exploitation of children. By weird coincidence, 20 years later, her son's picking up the mantle of that and not even realising it. Alfred is the one who basically holds the secret code and key and passes it to him, but Bruce himself had no idea about this. This book, I love how it opens. I mean, just because the dialogue. The Gotham Museum was celebrating a new wing by holding an exclusive viewing before it opened to the public. Attendance was by invitation only, engraved invitation. Board of directors was spared no expense, having long since realised that while museums may be intended for the public, it's always the private capital that kept them open. Bruce Wayne watched as a uniformed guard demanded proof before letting a young couple pass inside. The guard's voice was haughty and hostile all at the same time. Bruce Wayne reached for the inside of his midnight blue tuxedo. Please be not surprised to discover that Alfred had remembered to include the invitation, but his attempt to show it to the uniformed guard was waved away with a respectful bow. Everyone knows who you are, Mr. Wayne, the guard said, as servile whined to his voice. They're greater than the billionaire's already raw nerves. That, okay? The new wing was to be called Now and Today. It will concentrate on current topics of social and cultural importance. The first exhibit, The Greatness of Gotham, was already in place, showing the city's progress from a fur trading outpost to a riverfront town, noted for its gambling casinos, then for its civic achievements to the thriving megalopolis it was today. That kind of thing. Now, at this event, he meets Deborah Kane. Now, Deborah Kane is a child protection worker, and she's there to really kind of expose the hypocrisy of these events. Talk about museums and finery and dressing up, whilst not too far away, children are being exploited quite badly. She's there. She actually is called a soapbox. Oh, go find a soapbox. Someone actually says to her. And this kind of underlines the difference. I mean, this is not a book about Batman. This is Andrew Vachss telling a story of exploitation which runs throughout present day. This is going on right now. But he's using Batman as a voice to do it and tell a story, and it's very, very effective. This bit here, okay? This exhibit has nothing to do with civic pride, she said. The Gotham it shows is your Gotham. It has nothing to do with the way people actually live. But even the idle rich aren't immune from crime, and you can't make that go away with some phony exhibit. Oh really, Diana hissed. Already, my dear, everybody knows where crime comes from. From poverty, of course. Everything that improves the image of Gotham attracts investors. And investors means jobs, and certainly you can. Poverty doesn't cause crime, the albino woman interrupted. People cause crime. Poverty doesn't cause rape. Doesn't cause most murder either. And go on from there. So Bruce gets involved with Deborah Kane and goes out on the rounds as Bruce Wayne, and then pretty much does it again with Batman. That's a juxtaposition going on. And then he winds up going to a place called Udon Kai, which is basically a substitute for Thailand. I didn't notice that, so I straightened my leg out. It's a substitute for Thailand. And this bit here, okay, this is where the book comes to life, because this is Andrew Vachss' outrage at this system, and it's true. The way children are treated in these countries is disgraceful, okay? Legality is a creature of the moment. As we speak, the age of consent in Udon Kai is 12. Sex of a child of at least that age is in fact perfectly legal. But what if I need not go further? The age of a child is of no consequence to the government in Udon Kai. What's fettered is the price, do you understand? So for 10 grand, you get a child not yet 12. If you acquire one much younger, there will be an additional cost consideration. Sounds like paradise. It is paradise. Even this conversation is perfectly legal. Even if you were an undercover agent, he began looking directly into Hollister's eyes. And even if you offered me money and I were to accept it, no crime would have been committed. That's amazing. That's amazing, yeah. So, Hollister was obviously Batman, so I just made that clear. So, Batman, it goes to Udon Kai to kind of track down the source of these child traffickers. And it's weird seeing Batman without his rogues gallery. Batman without everything. Okay, Batman as a real kind of figure of the Dark Knight. This is an unrepentant, dark, twisted story regarding the exploitation of children. And it's weird though, because even up to this point, Batman has not ever really seen child exploitation as part of his reason, okay? But now it becomes it, okay? Now it becomes it. Now at the end there's this fascinating essay, which is written by David Henschler about child sex tourism, which is worth reading. But this book is also worth reading. It was nice to read the Batman book without the Rogues Gallery, taking it away from Gotham, making it into the bigger picture. And Andrew Vachss' passion is, he has done so much for so many. And just thank you for writing this. I read this as a fan of Batman, but thank you for drawing a line under this terrible system that these children have to live under. Okay? So just, hey, thank you. Thank you, and I really, really do recommend this book. So, sign off here, YouTubers, and bye now.